Hello, guys. Welcome to We Fix Technology. I hope everybody is doing good. Today, I'm gonna make a project open source. We can say that this is a kind of course website. I took some reference from W3 School. If I open the W3 School, I tried to make a website like that. So I thought, let's create a project, something like W3 School, and make it open source, right? So people who wanted to create a website for their course or education purpose or any purpose or learning purpose, they can clone this project. This is completely free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. And I'm gonna upload the project and all the documents which are required on the GitHub repository. So you can go ahead and clone it from there. Let me show you what all it has and how it works. This is a website which with a CMS, it has a complete admin panel. You can control almost entire website from admin panel. If you see on the top, we do have a header section and a static banner and some about us. This is some static content. Then almost everything is dynamic. You can see the courses. Each course will have a dedicated page. If I open this course, if you see, I created a dummy course. Within course content, you could create, like you can add a video, maybe just a YouTube link.
PH, a server-side scripting language used to create dynamic
See that?
despite claims.
It gives a great experience. It is working perfectly fine on mobile phone version. You see that? Complete responsive, and the user would have the complete control. This is a single admin based website. User might not sign it. However, the admin can log in, sign in, upload the course and make it publicly available. So anyone can come to the website and they can learn it, right? So it could have categories and subcategories. The course could be divided into multiple sections, like the main category is PHP, then there's a subcategory, PHP tutorial, PHP advanced, OPS. So we can divide into sections, subcategories, and under subcategories, we can add the course content, topics. That will be more easy. And with topics, you see the option, it works like you see that if I came here, there's an option of next and previous, exactly the same website. Our website behaves in a similar way. Option of video, write up, you can add code and anything like this. Then next, you see write up and the code, even the code could be copied. You see that I did use Prism, so the code could be showed in a very professional way. It gives a very professional approach. So this could be a very good start. If I click on next, I go to the next chapter, again a video and the course details and the code. So it could be a great tool if you are a teacher, maybe anyone who wanted to teach someone or anything like this. To anyone, clone this project, learn from it, make the change if you want, and it's for free. So let me show you the entire website. You could add unlimited courses. Technically, these are the courses, are the categories, and they could have some subcategories as well. If I click on Python, I see the Python subjects, right? And it is looking great. Now, there's a static page of about us, some random details, and a blog page from where the admin can add blogs, categories, and search option, filter option, and a one contact page, inquiry form. You can add SMTP and it's going to work perfectly fine. It'll shoot the email to the admin, and a privacy policy page. So they come, this is a static page. You can change it accordingly. So most of the part which you're going to play around going to be courses and the blogs. One more tweak I made it. I gave the option from admin panel. You can add student reviews directly from admin panel, right? So in next 1 minute, 2 minutes, I'm going to show you the admin panel. This was the outside, how the website looks like. Let's go to the admin panel, /login. And since I'm logged in, I directly came to the admin part. The settings, let's start from the basic. You can add the website name, logo, email, phone number from here, address. If you have social media pages, you can add them. Google Analytics could be added. Map option, SEO is like the title, description, and keywords for the static pages, home page, about page. So it could be controlled from here. From profile, you could change your name. Technically, this is just for admin, one user, and the password. Testimonials are the kind of testimonial results on the home page. These are controlled directly from here. You can add, edit, or delete anyone. If you add it, it's going to show on the home page. Then we have the post. Post has the categories, right? You can add post, view directly from here, edit, and the trash option is also there. The post will have admin, a title, a slug, the description. You can add multimedia content here, maybe an image, then excerpt, SEO details. Straightforward. Post could have categories and the publish or draft option. The last part is the course, which you're gonna see the most of the time since this is a course website. So if you see, I made the categorization, the parent category, I created two courses. The parent category is learn Python, and that subcategory, it has some subcategories like tutorial, file handling, and file modules, and so forth. If you see that, let me explain. If I come on the PHP part, it is the main category and it has one, two, three, four subcategories. If we go to the website, let me show you what I meant. So first subcategory, second subcategory, third. So we can, make it more synchronized way. So these are just categories. Main category is PHP. Then it will show the subcategories here. And under these subcategories, we can add our content, right? Now, the content could be, if you click on add topic, or I'm going to go to the edit just to show you how it works. You can simply add the content, a title, a slug, a content body. You can add the code here as well. Then YouTube video link, just put the copy from the YouTube and paste the video. That's pretty much it. And it automatically shows in the responsive format on the homepage. Then SEO title, description, keywords, and categories. Make sure we have only two level deep management so far. So parent category is Python and subcategory is Python modules, Python OOPS, or Python anything. So every time you add a topic, choose the parent category first, then the subcategory, just to make sure it's properly aligned and going where it's supposed to be. Last notes, when we add the content, it shows in ascending mode. So whatever you add, uh, latest gonna be shown on the bottom, or you can change the behavior accordingly. That's pretty simple and straightforward PHP. Now let's talk about the final part. If you like this project, how to clone this. So I'm gonna get you the quick tutorial. Let's go ahead, guys, and clone this website and with all the steps. I have created, let me close this first. Let me close all these things. Now, what I did for sake of the ease of your people, I went to GitHub and uploaded this project. Let me open the link. I'm going to add the link of the GitHub into the description of this video so you can easily find it. And this has all the docs below here, how to install it, right? Guys, if you have reached so far, if I am giving you any value, it takes a whole lot of time. I'm working, I have to get some time and make this project just to make sure we should learn together, grow together. If I'm giving you any value, please consider subscribing my channel, and also don't forget to rate this GitHub repository, right? Give a star, and I would love to see that. Okay, so let's get started and clone this project. So first step, this is the entire source code, and below you can see the documentation installation. So first you have to clone this. Copy this, make sure you have Git installed in your computer. I'm say CMD, I'm gonna open it right here. The command is git clone and the link. If you don't have the Git installed, it should still work. It's just copied all the files. Now, if you see that there's a new folder got created named W3 School, and I am in here. Now on top, I'm gonna type CMD. So this opens the same directory into the command line, right? Then I'm going to open code space dot. It'll open into the VS Code. And here is our whole source code, right? Now, let's go to the step number 2. We're going to go to the directory W school clone, which I'm already in, and run this command composer install to install all the dependencies. Right click, enter, and this might take few seconds, so I might fast forward this process just to save you time. All right, perfect. It's all done. So we cloned the project, we installed the composer install command, install the dependencies. Now the step number 3 is to change the env.example to env. Let me show you what I meant. You're going to go to the source code. There's a file .env.example. We're going to rename it to just .env. That's pretty much it, right? Now, this is the env file. From here, you can add step number 4, change the database name. My name is just tester. If you are using local, create a blank database into phpMyAdmin, or if you are putting it live, just make it test first offline, then upload it to online accordingly. Database name, username, password. In my case, it's blank. And also consider adding SMTP, because I have created a contact form. The behavior of the form, it will send the email to the admin if there's an inquiry, and it'll only work if you have the SMTP details here, right? So what I have done so far, cloned the project, install the dependencies, and fix the env. Now the next step is just to migrate. PHP artisan migrate. Let me run the command right here. And perfect, it's talking my language. It has installed all the tables into our database. And the next step is we're going to have to generate the key. Copy the command, PHP artisan key generate, job done. Next, I have made the arrangement of adding the username and password in order to log in. So we're going to run the seed command. So you will have a username and a password to log in. Job is done. So guys, we are done. Just run the server, PHP artisan serve. And before I go to the website, I also gave the detail here. You can log in like this. The login link gonna be /login after the local host. Then that's the username, and here's the password. So let's check it out, how it looks like. Let me open a new tab. Localhost 8000 and perfect. It came up. This is a blank website. The course has no data. The testimonials are not showing because they were no testimonial, and the course has no data. You have to add them, right? The blog's blank, contact blank. Contact has some details which I have inserted dynamically in the form of DB like the phone number and the email, just to show you. Now, how you log in, just go ahead, type /login, and it's going to show the admin form, right? And the username is admin. You can see from the docs, I have shared it. And the password is admin123. Username admin at example.com, password admin123. Let's log in. Perfect. It is talking our language. The job is done. So thank you so much, guys, for your time. I hope we're going to keep learning this way. And this video is ending here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye for now.